Turkey is one of the popular countries that expats or maybe foreigners will love to visit, to explore, to do business, to study, to get married, to travel, to do this and this, and a lot of stuff. And also it is a very unique country because it is connecting the west and the east. Okay, so it is one of the best countries that you can want to travel to when you want to explore, if you are person who loves history, culture, and also if you are a person who is into business wise. It is one of the top countries that I can highly recommend you to actually visit. Now, one of the most common questions that I normally get on my DMs or maybe on my Instagram and on my TikTok and also on my channels is, you foreigners, or maybe is you as someone who has never been in Turkey, asking about the cost of living in Turkey, especially in 2024. Now, over the years, I have to say that Turkey has been a very popular country for foreigners to come and visit, to tour and do business and study and all those things. And the cost of living has been those years, or those back then, those years, the cost of living was stable, like it was good, it was affordable. But over the years, Turkey has seen a lot of changes in terms of high cost of living due to the inflation rate. And a lot has happened, and right now we are in a situation whereby I cannot tell you that Turkey is an affordable country anymore. It is super expensive. Now, I did actually take my time and just to analyze some of the things, cost of living in terms of the essentials that you might be using or you might be needing if you're coming to settle in Turkey, either by working or maybe by schooling, or maybe if you want for maybe a longer period to stay in Turkey. Okay, so I'm gonna be revealing to you, and we're gonna be seeing this maybe to clarify or maybe to help you understand better. I'll have to make an Excel sheet so that we can go through all of us together to learn which are some of the most expensive expenses or things to expect, especially if you're planning to come in 2024. It is very crucial for you as a foreigner to know some of these things, to actually estimate approximately how much you're going to be spending per month, because it's going to help you to analyze yourself if you are coming to live in Turkey. While I'm doing that, I'm also having my Turkish tea here, or chai, what we normally call chai in Turkey. It is just black tea without milk, and I have my seeds here. Turkish people love seeds, okay? They love their seeds so much. Today I'm eating some sunflowers, as you can see. I have some sunflowers, I have some walnuts, I have some hazels. All of them, they are here. Very important for your health, okay? So we're gonna be eating. While we are eating, we're gonna be going through our Excel sheet just to clarify, or are we gonna be explaining each and every part for you to understand as a foreigner what can you actually expect in 2024. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a professional lawyer in terms of actually talking about relocation and all this stuff. I'm just giving you my own observation, my own thoughts according to my own experiences after living here for quite some time. Now, let's dive into the first thing. Okay, now the very first thing I want to tell you, maybe this is the first thing that maybe gonna make, or maybe if you're coming to work, it's gonna eat a lot of your money in terms of expenses. It is housing. Housing in Turkey is super expensive. Like, it has risen up in terms of actually from what it used to be, and right now it is almost not impossible to get a house, but it is super expensive, especially in major cities, big cities like Istanbul. Istanbul is the second largest city in Turkey, but it is the most expensive city in Turkey again. So if you're coming to stay in Istanbul, I want to tell you, you're going to expect a lot in terms of actually the expenses you're going to be using, because like I said, it is the most expensive, the most visited, and also the most known, not known, but the most, like, most people know or love Istanbul. Okay, If you're coming to stay in Istanbul, you're gonna be expecting to pay a rent. Let's say a 1-bedroom apartment in the city center can range from 15,000 Turkish lira to 30,000 Turkish lira approximately, which is equivalent to $550 to $1,100 per month. Okay, while a similar rent or maybe a similar apartment outside the city could be around 10,000 to 20,000 Turkish lira, which is equivalent to $365 to around $730 USD dollars. Now let's talk about Ankara and Izmir, and I think that I can actually tell you from my own experience because I live in Izmir. And also I have friends who are actually living in Ankara. Shout out to Maria. Maria the brand. She's one of my favorite, and also she lives there. Even though she's not in a rental apartment, but she's in her own home. But I have other friends who are actually staying in those areas, so I can compare the prices in terms of actually rent. So let's talk about Izmir. When it comes to Izmir, it is Izmir and Ankara, they are more or less in terms of actually expenses in the housing. Okay, they are more cheaper than Istanbul. Okay, even though they are major cities, like Ankara is the capital city of Turkey, and Izmir is the third largest city in the country, but they are more affordable than Istanbul. Okay, rent is lower than in Istanbul, with the city center apartment starting at actually around 8,000 Turkish lira to maybe 15,000 Turkish lira per month, which is almost equivalent to 292 USD and also to 550 USD respectively. Okay, so if you are thinking to relocate to Turkey and you think that you don't want to stay in Istanbul, the best cities that you can also find a house, it is either in Ankara or Izmir. Izmir is more beautiful, more vibrant, and also more less conservative than other, maybe like more than Ankara, if I have to say, because it is also in the western part, and people are liberal here. Like, I'm not sure if I'm using the right word, but people are here in terms of relaxed, and also it gives you those vibes of being in western parts of the world, or maybe in the western parts. Okay, now we have also smaller cities, not too much small, but smaller cities compared to maybe Istanbul and Izmir and Ankara. Let's say somewhere like Antalya, somewhere like even though Antalya is more expensive because of the touristic thing, we have places like Bursa, we have Konya, we have these smaller cities. They are more or less like they are not too much expensive in terms of housing, but it depends on where, because like I said, if it is in the main city or maybe at the city center, the housing or the rent is more expensive. I would love to hear from you. If you are in Turkey, what is the rent or maybe in your area, and also just tag the city and the rent that you are paying per month, so that we can also learn from you. Okay, so you can expect something from, maybe if you are living in this area, I'm not sure, but you can expect to pay rent starting from 6,000 Turkish lira, which is 220 USD for 1-bedroom apartment, and up and above. Okay, even though I have to say that it depends, like I said, on your lifestyle and also on the area that you have chosen to actually stay in. Okay, now let's talk about utilities. What can you expect in 2024, depending on where you are, who are you living with, and also your lifestyle. I have to say that when it comes to utilities, they are more or less expensive than the rent, and you can expect maybe, for depending on what you are doing and also your lifestyle, you can expect actually to pay from 2,000 Turkish lira to 4,500 Turkish lira for rent, not for rent, for your utilities. And what I mean is in terms of actually electricity, in terms of cooling. We are approaching winter, so you're going to be using all this stuff. and you can actually expect all the, like for us in summer we normally pay for just for cooling around 2,000 Turkish lira, because our AC normally works all the time. So it goes up to 2,000 Turkish lira, which is equivalent to actually, let's say something from, you can expect from $75 to $165 just on utilities, okay? But like I said, it depends on your lifestyle and also the people that you are living, how many people you have in your home. Let's talk about groceries and dining out. If you are a person who loves to go out, you're gonna pay more, like dining out. If you're a person who loves to cook, also maybe at home, you're gonna be paying. Now when it comes to grocery and also dining out, we have seen a lot of increase in these products, or maybe in these items, due to the high inflation, even though the local produce remain to be more affordable. So you can expect to pay around, let's say on an average, for a couple you can pay around 3,000 for a couple. Like for us, we can around 3,500 Turkish lira, okay, to 6,500 Turkish lira, depending on how much we have gone outside, how much we have cooked, okay? So just expect something like that, which is equivalent to $130 to 240 USD per month, okay? Because it depends on your lifestyle. How many kids do you have? What are their favorite, or maybe what are they eating? Are they eating a lot in terms of the fruits, the fresh fruits, vegetables and stuff like that? And something that has actually helped us as a couple, or maybe as people who are living in Turkey, in Izmir, it is because we have our own land in the village, whereby we can actually harvest our own produce, like olive oil, tomatoes, chilies, eggplants, potatoes. We get a lot of our groceries from the village, which is more affordable, okay? But as a foreigner, you can expect to pay from 3,500 Turkish lira to 6,500, depending on your lifestyle, okay? That includes also when it comes to dining out. Now when it comes to eating or maybe eating outside, that was just for grocery. When it comes to eating out, dining out at a mid-range restaurant for two typically cost around 500 to 1,200 Turkish lira, okay, which is around $18 to $44, if I'm not wrong. And it for me, I normally say it is more affordable, because compared to the food that you're gonna eat and also the things that you're gonna get, it is more affordable when you when you compare to other places, okay? But depending on your lifestyle, you have to choose whether to eat outside or to cook your food by your own self, okay? Now let's talk about transportation in Turkey. Transportation in Turkey is more affordable and also widely used, and also available in different ways, like trams, like taxis, like we have a lot, like trains, you know. And you can find that you won't spend a lot on this, because if you have Istanbul card for transportation, you might not spend a lot in terms of actually transportation. You can expect something from $1 when you are just going for a short maybe distance, from $1 to pay $1 to maybe $30, okay, which is more affordable per month, maybe. Depending on your lifestyle, if you're going to be going outside or stuff like that, if you're using public transportation. But if you are using a taxi, you're gonna pay more, because taxis in Istanbul have risen. In Turkey generally, they have their prices, they are now up, so you're gonna be paying more, okay, depending on where you're going. But if you're using public transportation in major cities, and also like in smaller cities, they are more affordable if you're using public transportation. To be on a safe side, try to find the cards that you can use in these scenarios, in terms of actually trains, trams, and also stuff like that, okay, just to help you. Now taxis and gasoline. Taxis are actually relatively cheap compared to many Western countries. A short ride may cost around 100 to 200 Turkish lira. That is a short ride, which is equivalent to $4 to $7, while casoline or maybe casoline is actually priced around 30 Turkish lira per liter, which is equivalent to actually 1 to 10 USD per liter, depending on where. Okay, let's talk about healthcare cost. Okay, because Turkey has been known for its affordable, maybe affordable when it comes to healthcare, but even though I have to say, when it comes to private, they are no longer cheap. Okay, so in Turkey, like I said, it is excellent, and also the healthcare system is affordable. Not too much expensive, but for expert, you can access public healthcare if they are actually contributing to the national system, or if you are actually opting up for private healthcare, which is actually relatively not too much expensive. It is inexpensive in some clinics. Now, when it comes to public healthcare, costs are actually minimal for those who pay into the system. Now, when it comes to private healthcare for expert without insurance, a standard doctor visit costs around 600 Turkish lira to 1200 Turkish lira, which is around 22 to 44 USD, while a comprehensive health insurance plan can actually range from 7,000 Turkish lira to 12,000 Turkish lira per year, which is around 260 to 444 USD, depending on the age and also on the coverage of your insurance. When it comes to entertainment and also leisure time in major cities or in the city center cities, for a person who goes for a gym, you might expect, or you can expect, to pay around 1,000 Turkish lira to 2,000 Turkish lira per month on membership, depending on where. Okay, which are relatively not too much expensive compared to Western countries. Okay, to movies and theaters, a cinema ticket costs around 150 to 300 Turkish lira, which is around 550 to actually 11 USD. Okay, which are not too much expensive actually. Let's talk about education wise. Even though education in Turkey, when it comes to actually public wise, it is free for those, but it is actually being taught in Turkish. Okay, so if you are a foreigner, you have your foreign kids, it might be very difficult for you because they are not speaking Turkish. You might consider into international schools, which are way expensive. Private and international schools charge tuition fee ranging from 80,000. They are super expensive, ranging from 80,000 Turkish lira to 200,000 Turkish lira, okay, per year, and that is equivalent to actually 2,900 USD to 7,300 USD, depending on the school curriculum. Okay, depending on the school that you have chosen. So private and also international schools are super expensive. So if you are coming to work and you have a child, you are coming with a child and you are earning average like normal salaries, it's gonna be very difficult for you unless that child knows Turkish, whereby they can go to actually private school, not private, public school. And remember, like I said, they are actually being taught in Turkish. Okay, about miscellaneous expenses, these are things that you're going to be spending on. Maybe a child wants something and then you go to buy, or maybe on your outfit, or some sort of things, small things that you can afford. And like I said, miscellaneous, you can actually range from just to keep for yourself. Maybe if you have a child, maybe something from 500 Turkish lira to 2,000 Turkish lira, not too much, maybe 1,000 per month, depending on how you're going to be using your money. If your child love to eat snacks and stuff like that, you're going to pay more. But if you don't, or maybe if you don't, then you're gonna pay less. Now, when it comes to actually outfits, or maybe your clothes, maybe shoes, outfits in terms of clothes, during all the season, they are super affordable. They're not expensive because Turkey is known for its textile. industries, so they are not too much expensive. Expect a good brand or maybe a good dress from a good brand from 500. There, not even from 500, we normally buy clothes 100, not 100, 200, from 200 Turkish lira to 1000 Turkish lira, depending on the type of the outfit that you're wearing. But if you are going for something high quality, best brands, remember in major cities you might find that the prices are in dollars, okay? They're in euros, and those brands, they are super expensive. So you must be aware of that. But if you're just going for, I don't know, if you're going for local industries or local brands, you're gonna find that it is not too much expensive, okay? So it is for you to choose wisely. Now let's talk about taxes and also permits. If you are working legally in Turkey, you're gonna be required to actually pay taxes. Okay, now expats working in Turkey are subject to income taxes, and taxes rate are actually progressive, ranging from 15% to 40% depending on income. As I finish my video, I want to tell you that Turkey is more affordable, more affordable maybe when you compare to Western parts, especially people who are coming from Western parts. You come with dollars, euros, pounds. You're gonna actually enjoy living here in Turkey. Because I know that there the lifestyle and also the cost of living is super high compared to Turkey. But if you're coming on this from these other countries, you might find that Turkey is no longer cheaper, but it is more expensive in overall, depending on your personal needs and also personal lifestyle. You have to make sure that you're finding something that is more affordable, especially if you're coming to work, or maybe you are coming to work in let's say in Turkey, and your earnings are not too much high. Try to balance, try to find somewhere that is convenient, something that you're gonna be able to pay, and something that you can actually gonna make it throughout. Otherwise, if you go for everything, like you go like you want maybe in the city center in Istanbul, you're gonna pay a lot, and you will feel the heat of actually living in this country when you are paying a lot of expenses. Otherwise, Turkey, I still feel like it is a good country if you have good money to come and explore, to come and actually explore the culture, sightsee, do business, study, get married to a Turkish person, and all those good stuff, okay? But you must be ready to spend a lot in terms of all those things. Otherwise, if you have loved this video, you want to see more in terms of me actually explaining to you, thinking about, like, giving you my thoughts on these kind of scenarios, let me know in the comment. And also you can support this channel by liking the video, subscribing, and also sharing this video, so that we can actually reach a lot of people and learn together. Until next time, guys, I have to say görüşürüz while I'm eating my nuts here with my tea. The kids are here. Come play görüşürüz. Elin are here. Come play görüşürüz. Benim gizim.